Hello everyone, welcome back to Solasta Crown of the Magister. Last time we had a long and arduous fight against a bunch of undead in this necropolis. We're just going to head around, pick up the loot that we have, think about trying to heal some if possible, and then we will continue on, possibly with a rest ahead of us. I'm not sure how many hit die we have to roll, but it's probably necessary. We've got Halcyon at the head of the party, which is good because they have inventory space, so we can take a whole host of arrows. Over on this side, we've got armor, we've got cash, we've got an unidentified potion. Some items do not fit our inventory. Heavy chainmail armor. Can anyone take this? Troy, you can. Not that I really need to be looting all of this stuff, really. The mausoleum is empty. Over here, does that look like a club or something on the ground? We've got a pendant, arrows, a quarterstaff, scroll of bane, unidentified potion, leather armor, arrows, pendant. Right, we have a host of different doors and directions to go. Many areas of darkness. Let's pull back to here. We'll get this last piece of loot. Then we'll consider a short rest. We have more arrows than we can possibly know what to do with. Yeah, we've got plenty of hit dice to roll. I'm not sure how we're doing for spell slots. Probably not great. You're nearly full. You're 6 off, but we roll a d6, so we'll take one of those. Good. Perfect. Here, we're probably going to end up rolling both of these. That is terrible on a d12. It's marginally better. And a 1 is just woeful. Troy gets his Channel Divinity back. Halcyon is going to Natural Recovery. We have total 2. Click to recover a spell slot from this level for a cost of 2 from your total. Oh, total capital, I see. Alright, we'll take a second level spell slot. And how are we for spells otherwise? 3 first and a second is pretty good. A first and a second. No spells there. And here, just a first. So we could probably get another fight or two in us, rather than going back and taking a long rest immediately. But with that admin done, let's drop a quick save. And let's push this button here, because this dungeon seems to be all about pushing the buttons. Let's get cautious, grab the whole party, and begin meandering our way through. Now, I have been surprised many times coming through this dungeon by enemies that are just hiding in corners and shadows. An empty sarcophagus means that there's probably more undead around. What's going on back here? A whole lot of very little, apparently. No path to destination back there. Don't know if there even is destination back there in this maze of a map, but we'll keep pushing forward. We'll check every sarcophagus we can find, just in case. A letter. Ugrain. We have received more goods from the mansion. Make sure to dispatch to the master's level. The scouts have already been informed they are waiting for the supply. So we should expect some scouts somewhere, perhaps. Unless the undead have already dealt with them. Another empty sarcophagus. And this does not look like a trap at all, does it? Is it an illusion? No, no path to destination. Alright, well that seems like a whole lot of dead end then. Unless there's a button I missed, hiding behind that pillar. Could pop out of cautious just to walk a little bit faster, but I'm fine with taking an extra moment just to make sure we don't do something regrettable. And this wall opened. Alright. We will see what we find. It's very well lit in here already. And we have some kind of ghost or banshee or something. Can't see any others. No idea how big a threat this creature might be. But we surely want to surprise it. And I think our classic is just getting in early with a firebolt. So, there's two of them, and the unknown creatures are surprised. They resist fire damage. But we are going to get a full round in before they get to take actions. So we'll push into the room. Still hidden, which is lovely. Although threatening to be seen there. Yep, their perception beats our stealth. Now, they probably count as some kind of undead, so we can think about using Channel Divinity if we need to. And they are immune to necrotic damage. Definitely worth knowing. We don't have any spell slots for Spiritual Weapon, unfortunately. They are still surprised. Right, let's... Bonus action. Shillelagh. No free hand. Now, I want to hit with the Shillelagh because it will count as a magical weapon, so they won't be able to resist the attack. But this does also put Troy in a fairly dangerous situation. 10 bludgeoning damage is great for us. And then Ulra is not quite going to get close enough, which is unfortunate. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to dash to here. We will be seen. And then we will rage. Hopefully try and kite some of these attacks. So, fire damage, no good. Shocking Grasp is melee. But it seems to be one of the few options that we really have right now. That is a critical miss. Right, there is creature number 2. Now seems like as good a time as any for our turning of undead. One has failed, one has not. That's about as good as that can go. This is the turned one. We will take our attack of opportunity. We miss. We will not take an attack of opportunity here, because I think if we hit them, the fleeing will end. And while Halcyon has a magical club at the moment, our dagger is not going to do particularly large amounts of damage. So we'll pass on that one. Let them do their fleeing business, and while they flee, we will focus on the other foe here. So we'll move around to the back of this and attack with our club. 15 hits, which is good. Ulra. Oh man, we didn't hit something last turn, so our rage ends. I thought it was going to be this turn coming because we activated it last turn. This is very worth knowing. This is the first time I've ever played a barbarian. I knew that rage ended if you didn't do damage or get hurt, but or attack or get hurt, one of the two. Let's see how poison does here. They are immune to poison as well. I should have guessed. Good, nat 1. Troy, we can definitely go in for some radiant damage against undead. 3 whole radiant damage. They are taking the dodge action as they flee, so must move away from caster. Cannot take free actions, cannot take reactions, cannot take actions for 9 rounds. So they're just going to keep doing that, which is good. That makes this fight a little more manageable for us. And we hit on an 11, which is good. I'm glad for that. Now, they resist our slashing damage, unfortunately, but there's very little we can do about that instead. So we're going to carry on with our shocking grasps. And we miss. Oh my god. Withering Touch. 23 to hit. Does 20 necrotic damage. That is horrendous. Right, we're going to hop over here. Now, they were immune to necrotic damage, right? Because we tried to cast Chill Touch. And Inflict Wounds does necrotic damage, so we don't want to do that. So what I should not have done then is come within 1 tile, because to back away means we're going to have other problems. So let's... what are we going to do? We can hit with our mace. That's not going to be particularly great either. Let's heal other Ulra for 8 HP, which is great. Not sure if we rolled or if it's always 8. They are flying, which is only slightly terrifying. We're going to keep slamming this thing with our club. I'm just hoping that we can deal with this one before the other one starts attacking us in 8 more rounds. But it's not our day, is it? We have Shatter, we have Magic Missile. But I just don't feel like those are worth using right now. Shatter, if they were both together, we would probably invest. But a Magic Missile, I'd rather use it towards the end of the fight. They're resistant to lightning as well. This is grim. Thank goodness they don't get in every attack. Right. It's going to be Sacred Flame, isn't it? I long for the day where our saving throw DC increases. Do you have any spells here? I mean, Moonbeam could be good if we weren't all so close together, and odds are the thing that's going to want to attack us, they're doing these necrotic touches, is not going to end well for us in respect to trying to keep the enemy at a distance. They are resistant to fire damage. They're probably immune to poison, or I think we've learnt they are. So it's just going to be keep hitting with our shillelagh'd club, which seems to be the source of most of our damage output this fight. I'm loath to recklessly attack when we're getting targeted by such extreme damaging spells. Attacks, even. And here, I think it's just got to be Shocking Grasp. Even though they're resistant. Although what that does mean is we can move away and not take attacks of opportunity if we wish to. Not that I think Lila does at the moment. And Ulra is down again. Let's just spare the dying on Ulra. They are stable. They're not exactly doing a lot of damage this fight for us anyway. You're still dodging, which is good. Here. 8 does not hit. Ulra is stable and passes. Lila. Three damage is 3 damage. They must have about 15 left, perhaps. How many rounds left on this do we have? 5. Oh, okay. That's weird. They are content to keep trying to kill Ulra, even though we can just keep spare her dying. I guess if they're trying to kill downed characters, that makes sense, but also they're probably not smart enough to realise that we can just keep spare the dying. But hey, if they want to be dumb, I will take it. So now we're basically in a loop until the other one comes into the fight. Did we just do no damage? Weird. That was a... Of course it's a crit because they are an unconscious target. They died? I'm sorry, what? She was stable. Oh, I see what happened. Her max HP is 35 at 0. She's 0 of 35. She took 37 HP. 37 is greater than 35, so she would have gone to negative 35, which is an instant kill, I think. So that's a problem. So we're now just going to try and kill this one before focusing all of our big spells on the other. Oh god. This is not going our way. And of course we need to finish this fight before Ulra dies and is unrecoverable by Scroll of Revivify. We also need to keep Troy alive to cast that Scroll of Revivify after the fight is done. Let's just try attacking with a dagger and see how that goes. Very badly. And yeah, now that Ulra is dead, they're going after everybody else, of course, which is terrifying. I wouldn't be surprised if they were immune to sleep. How do they succeed on a 13? That seems entirely unfair. If we could just like crit right now, please. Actually, no, we're gonna have to wild shape just for the temp HP, I think. Alright, I think it's time to bring out a magic missile. That leaves them on probably 1 HP. And it said Wolf is dead. Halcyon no longer has shape change, which is fairly expected. We just need to do 1 damage. Okay, they're down, and the other one is still fleeing for 2 rounds. But we have 1 spell slot left, and I would really like to use it for Guiding Bolt. Over here, I think we have to just shatter. Can I not lift this up in 3D space? Is it this? Six whole thunder damage for that spell. Then, annoyingly, we have to put our shield down if we are to try and cast Guiding Bolt. Spectral Avenger is dodging. Alright, well, we're not going to do that if they are dodging, because that means we'd be throwing at disadvantage. So, step over to here. And spare the dying on Halcyon. And step away from Halcyon, because if they come down to try and attack Halcyon, we don't want to be close enough that we would have disadvantage for being too close when committing a ranged attack.
Yeah.
Oh, great. We only have 1 Scroll of Revivify, and we have died. Man, that fight sucks. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna try something else and do this fight over. Might have to think about going back for a long rest or changing out some of our spell options, because the resistances are really brutal. And we don't have any magical weapons, so we're not able to make magical weapons that surpass their resistance of non-magical piercing slashing damage. Oh, but of course, our save is right here. Alright, let's try once more. We have a full action. Do we have any items that are going to help us here? We have a Corrosive Bolt. That would do 6 acid damage. Hypnotic Pattern. Nothing really here that's going to change the tide of the fight, for us at least. But we know that Firebolt is a trash attack for this part of the fight. But it's not like we have any other option. 3 whole damage. But we remain hidden, so let's see if we can use that to our advantage, perhaps. Alright, if we're attacking at advantage now, we should cast Guiding Bolt while we have the best chance of hitting well with it. Ah! 10 damage is like terrible. 46, we roll 2, 4, 3, 1. That is much worse than just half. They are surprised, they don't get an action, and now we have advantage on whatever attack we make first. So we will get our free hand. Glad I did not accidentally click unhide. We will shillelagh our club. We will push up to here. And then attack at advantage with our shillelagh. 7 damage is 7 damage. Ulra cannot get close enough to do a standard attack. So come up to here. Do we have anything in our inventory that's going to change the tide of battle? Not really. So we'll take a trashy disadvantage attack. And we won't rage yet, we will rage next turn. Lila is back. I wonder if we should, rather than trying to shatter, I guess we're still hidden, so we'll take the advantage opportunity to do an advantage guiding bolt, firebolt, and then when we don't have advantage any longer, we'll use magic missile to do as many darts as possible. Still hidden, surprisingly. Number 2 comes in. Does not get an attack. They had to dash to get that far, it seems. And then we can push into here as Troy and use our ever useful turn undead. Again, one turned, one not. The turned one is the one that is now at half HP, which is a bit of a shame. But we'll have to deal with it. We are going to pass this attack because we don't want to hit them and have them no longer be fleeing us. Halcyon is just going to bop them. And now I would like to rage. Get that axe out. Seven damage is 7 damage. It's the difference. The last fight, one of them was alive on 1 HP after a turn, and if we'd have had rage damage going that whole time, they probably would have died a little bit faster. Right, cast a 2nd level magic missile, and just plow all the darts in there. 3335 is pretty good going. And Ulra is down immediately. We only have cantrips. So let's come back over here and just get Ulra up. They flee, because that is what they do. And we're going to keep attacking with our magic club. Just grateful for any hit at this point. Ulra is up, no longer raging because they went down. Great shame. And there's the natural ones we all know and love. And here we're just going to keep doing what we can with our spell slots. Excellent miss there. Troy, no spell slots, so we're going to Sacred Flame for the radiant chance of damage. No dice. They're still dodging. We're still attacking. Alright, hopefully this one will be done soon. Okay, one down. We're in a much... I say much better. We're in a reasonable position. The other one is quite injured. But what we are lacking, really, is any good way of doing high amounts of damage to that guy. So even though it resists it, it's going to have to be Firebolt. They are dodging. I don't care. Double 18s is not bad. They are no longer fleeing from us, which we knew was going to happen. Possibly should have done that with Halcyon, because then we get a full round of attacks in before they take a turn. But now they come back to attack somebody. We survived that attack, which I'm very grateful for. More nat ones. Slightly unbelievable the frequency we seem to be having those today. Right, they're down past half health. We're just going to keep doing this because it's about all we can do. Crit, though, I'm very grateful for. Troy. Keep trying to get that radiant damage going. Excellent. 5 damage is 5 damage. That is Halcyon dying. That's a shame because his shillelagh was important to us. But with their HP where it is, I'm just going to keep attacking. 2 whole damage. Four is reasonable. Troy. Keep doing... should we stabilize Halcyon? Because they're about to go. I guess we should. Right, they are going to crit if they attack him, but unless they attack him for 24, he won't die, I think. He's dead because he got hit for 34. Well, as long as only one person is dead, we can still recover. Looks like they've got 3 or 4 HP left. And they are dead. We have 1 Scroll of Revivify. And we've defeated 2 Spectral Avengers in what is a horrible fight. We get 2 magnesium components. And that is everything in this room. But I really, really think we need a long rest before we try and take on another fight. I'm not sure how far we're going to have to backtrack to get that. But join me next time, and unless anything happens in between, we will start off on that long rest and then keep delving on through this dungeon. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.